Dayton surprised me quite a lot at how large this scene actually is, comparatively. But it's certainly it's a good comedy home. It's a wonderful place to start comedy, I think.
You can get started here.
What?
You can get started here.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought you were saying that directly to me. I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
where am
I was
supposed to
saying
be starting?
I was saying that into the camera. Like, you just
yeah.
are right where the camera is.
I've recently been obsessed with 3 songs, and 2 of them are Beige by Yoke Lord.
Beige by Yoko Ono? Who? What'd you say?
Yoke
What?
Lord.
I don't know who that is.
Really?
And that
No.
unfamiliar as well.
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Pretty cool. They're a little hipster dipster, poppy, indie kind of shit.
Well, you know who else is kind of cool is our guest this week, Matthew Zane, our good buddy here from the Dayton comedy scene.
That was nice.
Thank you. Evander didn't realize you were here. Sorry, he just appeared. Well, it's funny because the last 2 guests we've had were travel
Also
buddies,
white men.
also white men, and we're also travel buddies. We have not, the 3 of us, traveled together though.
No.
I don't think you and I have traveled together
we
at
have
all.
not.
Dream team.
Yeah. Vander and I have
I went to Louisville and back with him thrice.
it's been 3 times now. I haven't ventured out of Ohio as much as I'd like to, but
I get that.
yeah.
How much would you like to?
All the time.
Okay, then yeah, that's
sure.
less than what you've done.
Allie and I did do some comedy in Chicago though, when we were there.
Oh, you did.
And oh man, it was
Chicago. It's the greatest.
it's a hard city to leave, for sure.
It leads to nowhere, cat.
All right. Just ignore her. It's fine. She just anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I'm super stoked to be here in Mike Shea's pussy dungeon.
This is where all the pussy hangs out.
Exactly.
All of it.
Yeah.
Dude, do you know how many times a woman is down here who is not a blood relative of Mike Shea?
Oh.
In the last 6 years?
He's pausing to count
That's got to be
the
a pretty high number.
multitudes.
On my own goddamn podcast. You did this to me on my own goddamn.
Real quick, are you blood related to your sister?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yes.
I know there was a different parent in there somewhere.
Yeah, she's my half sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
No, there's never been. I've never brought a woman down here. No, God no. That's more of a respect for my mom's house thing than
Not even
anything
back
else.
in the day?
Hell yeah.
No.
Chivalrous.
Oh God. Well, when I was a young man, sure, like we'd bring girlfriends over, but it was also very much a one of you opposite ends of the couch kind of, or separate pieces of furniture altogether, preferably, kind of thing,
When he was a young warthog.
Yeah. It was like but at the time I also had this cat named Shadow. He was, he was,
Let me guess. Black.
no, white with just like this gray tinge down the back. We didn't name him. He was an adopted cat, but, he was an absolute pussy magnet in that, like, he was just the sweetest boy ever. And so when we would bring a girlfriend over, he'd go right to them from anywhere he was at in the house and would just be in their lap, meowing, asking for belly rubs, but the whole time making eye contact at me like, this could be you.
Watch and learn.
Watch and learn, bitch.
Now I'm just viewing Mike Shea just laying around like, rub my belly.
That's all I want is someone to rub my belly and scratch my ears. What?
When you said your male cat was a pussy magnet, I was really hoping you were going to say in the sense that he sticks to the fridge. So I was still on that mental image. We disappeared. Nope, it came back though. We're good.
Matt, when did you start doing? You haven't been doing comedy for very long.
It was in March of 2023.
Holy shit! Thank you, Matt.
He's right though. Yeah, March of 23. Yeah,
we all know Matt pretty. We've all watched Matt grow so much in the last year and a half.
Yeah, man, you should really be watching what you eat, man. You've been growing.
Yeah,
that's what
a little much.
This is an intervention.
That is what my therapist told me earlier. So
Really? It seems counterproductive.
But it's a conversation I've always wanted to have. We usually like to have these with people like on the road, but like as somebody who is that new to it, what got you going, man?
Well, I mean, I've loved comedy most of my conscious life, starting with Brian Regan, because that was Christian kid approved, solid comedy right there. And what made me finally start doing it though was I got out of a bad relationship into a good one, and finally felt like I was in a place where I could try it even. And also Dayton surprised me quite a lot at how large this scene actually is, comparatively for a city of its size and reputation, I guess. But
yeah, reputation is the right word. We have a pretty shitty one.
Yeah,
We're working on it.
but
No, we're not.
But it's certainly it's a good comedy home. It's a wonderful place to start comedy, I think. It's a real supportive scene, honestly. Yeah.
You can get started here.
What?
You can get started here.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
I thought you were saying that directly to me. I'm
Oh
like,
no!
what am
I was
supposed to
saying
be starting?
I was saying that into the camera. Like
Oh.
you just are right where the camera is.
it seems like a place you can get started. Take off, maybe not, but it's
Hey, I think we are I think we're within a decade of a Dayton comedian being big, like real big. Cat Williams doesn't count.
No, he does not. Neither does Dave Chappelle.
yeah,
Like an
he's
actual
too far,
Dayton comic. Like
and
Dave is the closest.
Dave's close, but
He's the closest.
But Dave himself is so
Even
far
so.
removed from the Dayton scene itself. But between Ray, who just put his new one out on Tubi, which is dope, and Brent, who just filmed his and is shopping it around, and we've all said this to some degree a lot of times. There's so much talent in this town. It's ridiculous.
there is.
And it's all. I think kind of to Vander's point. Like we're reaching a point where he's right. I think in the next 10 years, like all this stuff's.
Somebody we know will be
Yeah.
on Netflix, or
Yes.
it's might not be Netflix by then. It might be some other organization, but
Somebody from Dayton will get the, let's call it, positive side of the Matt Rife treatment.
Yeah.
Somebody from our town will tell the right joke at the right time in the right place on the right platform to get that virality that leads to a streaming special. The way people are like, hey man, have you heard about this insert name here? I
will say someone, as we all were just talking about this, someone did come out of Dayton. They didn't start here, but Beth Stelling.
God,
She's
name
a
it all that.
fucking
Yeah.
killer. I think she's a remarkably talented comedian. And I
Yes.
mean, she
Is
filmed
like
her last
hometown
Netflix.
Dayton, but didn't start comedy here.
Yeah, she grew up in Oakwood.
Oh wow.
No shit.
Yeah. Watch her
Whoa.
Netflix special. It's filmed at the Victoria Theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Shut up.
She was also just there, actually, like
I knew
on
that.
the second. But
I knew that.
yeah. But she has like a whole, there's a good 15 minutes of just Dayton jokes that are better than anything we've ever, like, our scene has done. Like, I mean,
What?
she does a great job. So actually, someone already has come out of Dayton, but she's not, I mean, not someone we know, like to, off of what you were saying.
Yeah, if
But
especially if she didn't start comedy here.
Somebody out of
Yeah.
our class.
Yeah, one of our comedy
Yeah.
peeps.
Yeah.
One of I think you're absolutely, especially
That could
with
be anywhere from Ray, who started 20 years ago, to Kemper, who started about 7 or 8 years ago, to
anybody.
could even be Matt Zane.
It could be Matt Zane. You never know.
Could even be Mike Shea.
honestly,
Never me. Never me.
Well, you have something going none of us do, and it's the music.
Huge
And
cock. What?
set you up for that one there, bud.
Well, but I think that's to the point we were making is like Vander's a comedian. He's also a wildly talented musician. He's also great at networking.
Yeah.
Like I let him inside baseball here. I let him do most of I kind of handed off a lot of our networking stuff to him because that's stuff I'm not good at. That's there's interpersonal stuff there that I'm just not good at.
I could agree that Vander knows a lot of people and he's good at talking.
Whereas Wells is like Rain Man when it comes to numbers. I mean, that guy has a mind for business and dollars and stats, the likes of which I don't know anybody else who does. And it translates to business real well. You, sir, are an incredible graphic designer and graphic artist. I mean, seriously.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We all just jerking each other off. This is wonderful.
But it's that point. There's a lot of people like that all over the Dayton comedy scene that are multifaceted.
Yeah, multifaceted. Yeah, we have a lot of multi-talented folk who do dabble in other stuff.
And I think we've reached a point where people are starting to figure out how to play in both sandboxes. I think.
Yeah,
which is good. Or you're just this guy who just goes to the open mic and just decides that night, how do I want to crush it tonight?
It's usually by music. That's a cheat code. I don't think I've had a good set at Barrel House in like a year.
I don't think anybody has.
Yeah, it's been a little rough.
It's been a little rough there a little bit. It's been starting to feel more like an open mic again.
Yeah. I was getting spoiled there for a little while.
We all were. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, pit stains.
You can help us grow our channel, upgrade our gear, and eventually hire an editor by joining our Patreon for only $5 a month. Go to patreon.com/the3mics or follow the link in the description. Here's something I did actually want to talk to you about when we knew you were going to have you on, Matt. As a fellow enjoyer of marijuana.
Yeah.
So I wanted
to sit this one out.
No,
you're not allowed. No, just kidding.
What are some, I think we all know about the usual stoner supplies, Funyuns and Fritos and, Watergate, things like that. What do you think are some often neglected ones that people maybe don't think about, like stoner supplies that maybe you have that would recommend to others?
Well, I'm a joint guy. So, but what I really love are to-go rolling trays. Have you seen these? This is what you're talking about?
Anything.
Just anything. Okay, cool.
Whatever you recommend, just some. I'm looking for some good stoner supply recommendations, things you can't go wrong with having.
Yeah, to-go rolling tray is awesome. They're really just the cardboard usually, but they have a little thing of papers in them. And it folds out into a little plate, essentially. And so that's nice to have. I
don't think I've ever seen those.
I don't have one on me, of course, but yeah, no, they're cool.
Just so happens.
If you're into the dabs, the seahorse device is crazy. It's just this to-go dab.
You and Allie got me on. Well, I bought one before I went on vacation. And it's something else, man. It sounds like a sex toy, and it looks like a sex toy, and it works like a sex toy, and it could probably be used like one.
Yes, they are pretty rad.
Yeah.
Do I want to know?
It's quite literally I can go get one. I can get and show you. It's I
don't care that much.
It's got it's like a giant vape almost with a heated coil on the end, and it superheats it. You can just touch it to the dab wax and hit it straight.
It looks like super hard drugs.
It's very much like Jason's joke about dabs look like drugs. Yeah. Yes.
What heats it up?
It's
electricity.
It's an electric thing, and it's got a quartz coil on the end, and it's hollow, and it's got a hole in the middle, and then that's where it heats it, and you inhale it.
Freebasing it.
Basically, yes. Yeah. It's a freebasing device. Yeah, it's great.
That's fun.
Make
it a little more exciting.
Exactly.
We're freebasing marijuana concentrates.
Yes, we are.
But yeah, other than that, those marijuana things, I really don't know.
I lost my train of thought completely. So mine, Hall's cough drops.
Interesting.
Because you're drying the fuck out of your throat.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I must be very used to a certain level of cotton mouth that
maybe. See, it's for me. It's less about the cotton mouth and more about just the sting on the back of the throat.
Yeah,
that comes from that.
That's fair.
That or like I'll use lifesavers because there's a hole in the middle.
Yeah,
and then I can just put it up to the hole, and then it's like it's like I'm tinting the a little bit more.
We're dead.
That's just the monitors.
Oh, okay.
Fucked. It's the cord's going out. And I hate asking people what they got going on right now because it's the end of the year, so I know a lot of people don't have a lot of shit booked.
Dude, actually, I'm fucking rocking it over here.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do have a bunch of shit going on.
Dude,
yeah,
this
buddy.
Friday, I'll be doing a spot on a Tabari McCoy show at the Laugh Zone House of Comedy, new club over here on West Siebenthaler here in West Dayton.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He asked me to host, and then he found out that they had already booked a host. So I thought I wasn't doing the show at all. And that's what Tabari thought too. So he messaged me the next day and was like, I misunderstood what they said. Like, they have a host, but they still want you on the show. Mm-hmm. So I'm probably doing like 10, 15 minutes. So that's exciting. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
That's this Friday. The next week, huge week. On Wednesday, I'll be up in Toledo hosting at the Toledo Funny Bone for Jeff Leeson. The day right after, on Thursday the 14th, I'll be in Cleveland. Also, hosting for Jeff Leeson at Hilarities, a club that I've not been to yet.
Mm-mm.
I have heard of Hilarity, so
Yeah,
bud.
I've heard of it. Never been.
Yeah, they're like, so when Jeff is around this area, he's normally doing the Funny Bones in Toledo, Liberty, and Columbus. Mm-hmm. He did the Dayton Funny Bone once, but it's been a while. Wiley's was usually his Dayton spot. That's why he hasn't done the Dayton Funny Bone. Wiley's is closed. But Hilarities is like the Wiley's equivalent in Cleveland.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he got booked for that, and he was able to get me on to host that as well. Very excited. He doesn't have Columbus or Cincinnati dates this time, but I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
Before it's all over. His hub is like that part of Canada that's like right across the border from Michigan. Mm-hmm. So he's typically pretty close. Gotcha. I'm sure that probably early on in 2025 he'll get there in the Liberty Funny Bone and most likely Columbus Funny Bone as well.
When the weather's nicer, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he looks out for me. I really love Jeff Leeson.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Maybe
I'll be very tired.
I'm so tired.
Driving to Toledo, doing a show, coming home, going to work on Thursday morning, getting off work, driving all the way to Cleveland, and then still have to come to work the next day. I'm in a new job, so like I'm not in a position to be like, I need to have a week off. Like, nah, it doesn't.
That sucks.
Can't do that. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, man. Day job road comic right there.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it.
What about you, man? What you got going on?
I really have nothing booked for the rest of the year. I just did Peaches in Yellow Springs, though.
Oh, how was that? I haven't done that yet.
Honestly, it's a really cool room, and Kyle Kemper and Nick Taylor, sorry, just had a brain fart there. There's too many Nicks.
We have a lot of Nicks.
Yeah, they do put together a pretty cool show. It's a cool room. They're, not a ton of people, but we had a crowd, and everybody did really well. They threw a few folks on, like Nick Osmond, but yeah, that was a really fun show. I like Yellow Springs a lot. But nothing booked as of yet.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you try booking shit around the holidays. No, fuck that.
It's not the time.
3, 2, 1, pit stains.
Follow the Dayton comedy scene on social media at Gem City Comedy or learn more at www.gemcitycomedy.com.
Honestly, like I feel like these mics do a good job of picking up our voices, but not really getting a whole lot.
At this point, I've got enough extra shit filtering it out.
Metal.
If you ever decide to record a metal album, the vocals will just be you going.
That'll be the breakdown. Shum dum 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 shum. Blacks.
Well, instead of the usual bleh, they usually do blacks. Yeah, it's black metal. What?
It's burnt metal.
That's the thing that I'm sticking to as a white guy in this era of cancellation and culture against freedom of speech. Like, just let me burp the word blacks. It doesn't have to be at all
Like,
racially.
what is it even saying, really? Like, nothing.
It's an easy word to say when you're burping loudly.
Yeah. It's one of the words I feel like an acting coach would tell you to say when you need to pantomime something on screen rather.
Right.
Like when they say, so when I was in acting school, they said when you're like a background actor in like a commercial, if you want to look like you're saying gibberish, just say cantaloupe and watermelon.
Yeah.
Because cantaloupe
Elephants.
or elephants, because it's just such gibberish syllables that it looks like nothing when you say them with no sound. Otherwise, it looks like you're actively
saying
sentences.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with when you are fake vomiting is you're supposed to say the word wolf. You're supposed to go, wolf. Because it gives you that tongue movement that you do when you're throwing up. So maybe blacks can be the new the gross belch word. You want to pantomime belching for a commercial. Like, do you have terrible?
I'm over here practicing.
Do you have terrible gas burps? What? It's funnier when he does it because it sounds because it's real.
Because it's real.
Because it's real.
It's normally when I'm fucking 6 Miller Lights deep over here, but
Hey, Osmond was crushing PBRs last week.
He's got a face that could crush PBRs.
I'm just chugging water.
hey, Matt, in the future, if you ever, honor us by being on our show again, bring as much alcohol as you can. Because I always feel like the town drunk. Because Wells and Shay never drink.
Yeah. Wells doesn't drink. I can't drink, and then I can't smoke in the house anymore. So I used to get high.
Yeah.
So that way it was like, okay, cool. He's stoned. I'm high, and
Wells is angry.
Wells is angry and trying not to breathe because the poor dude's allergic to cats.
Oh.
So it's always been he's always so sniffly when he comes to record. I feel so bad for him.
Which people might be thinking, man, is he what's he doing? Sniffing all over there like that.
Yeah, we got
I feel like I have to disclaimer every episode with Wells doesn't do coke. He's just allergic to cats, and we have 3.
It doesn't help that he has so many cocaine jokes.
He really
I was
does.
like, man,
for a while, I was like, Mike Wells does a lot of cocaine.
He lives.
is this a cry for help?
When I learned that he had a family and stuff and was a homeowner, I was like, must be hard to do that as a cocaine addict.
Yeah.
And then I got to know, and I'm like, he's not a cocaine addict. That's the one thing that I thought I was dead sure was a factor in his life.
You can help us grow our channel, upgrade our gear, and eventually hire an editor by joining our Patreon for only $5 a month. Go to patreon.com/the3mics or follow the link in the description. Because for you were an art guy. You still are, but
somehow sounds like an insult.
Almost, but you went to art.
It is.
Went to art. You did the art school thing.
When you were
dreams?
When you were a gay person, you remember that?
Remember all that?
Tell us a little about it.
Remember all that homosexuality you did?
What was because I love art. I do a lot of art focused stuff on my day job. So I always want to know, as somebody who comes from an art background, what the pull to art in general was like for you.
Well, the visual art for me was just because I was just a lonely kid, I guess. I think is a pretty common thing, honestly.
We're comedians.
I was a lonely kid, so I started just creating out of necessity, I guess. Just something to do. But I guess visual art kind of, I showed an aptitude for it, I guess, early on, and it was really positively reinforced for a while. So I just carried on with it, but I'm not a man of a lot of words. So pictures are typically a more attractive way of communication, I guess, for me a lot of the time. So.
I'm gonna therapize you for a minute as a clinical licensed therapist.
Please.
Has an insecurity of yours been that you feel not so intelligent?
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely.
I can tell by your way of saying I'm a man of few words, but I express myself in art because I've always known you as somebody who actually has a pretty good vocabulary, and you're very good at elaborating the things that you're trying to say. You don't stumble over your words a whole lot. You express yourself very well. It's very calmly and very, I don't want to say bashful, but it's just low key and humble, modest.
I would say,
Well, that's sweet.
as someone who used to teach, the written word for a brief period, I think you speak efficiently.
Yeah.
I think you speak deliberately. You speak in a way that I wish more of my students would write.
Yeah.
You know, you speak in a way I wish more comedians would write.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's nice. Yeah.
Honest to God, it's like the idea of like you say what you need to in as few words as possible. And I mean that with all the love in the world. It's like you're just like, what is the fastest way to communicate what I need to say?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah. And I think, all that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate that actually.
I get the
I
impression
think
that you are more intelligent than you give yourself credit for.
that's possible.
And I think that's what draws me to you as a friend, is because I feel like if there was a version of you who was more loud and boisterous and outgoing, it would be me.
Hey. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's what we pull
see
from
that.
our friends in general is like almost like our friend. I always like to think of our friend group is like, what is like the multiverse of ourselves?
Yeah. It's kindred spirits kind of thing.
Yeah. Like you are a variation of me from, you are a what if of me,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Or what your
Damn.
your friend circle
like
is
I
your
like that.
what ifs of each other. If you're into the Marvel stuff, your variants of each other.
Yeah.
And I would hate to separate it by gender identity, but it seems like Allie and Bree and Lori are kind of like
They've got some
different
similarities.
versions of the same person.
Well, but even
And then me, you, Jason, Matt, like,
even then, I mean, there are things that Allie and I vibe on greatly. There's
Yeah.
things that
Yeah.
Bree and I vibe on greatly. Things that Lori and I vibe on greatly, and vice versa.
but it seems like
Yeah.
that is like you vibe with Lori on the same stuff that I vibe with Lori on. You vibe with Bree and the same stuff that Jason vibes with Bree on.
Well, and even going, like I said, on that, like that Marvel thing, if you watched, the Loki show, you remember, like, Sylvie is a variant of Loki, even though she is a woman. It's like, so Doctor Who has done it. Like, we're all, we are all, I think that's the way a lot of the close friend circles get built, is like, we're all some variation of the same person.
So just the whole chosen family kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in finding a female version of me.
You're married to it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was about to
If Lori
say.
was-
You and Lori are very alike, though.
Yeah.
if
dog.
she was, I mean, yes, there has to be some sort of a connection based
Yeah.
on,
I
similarities
get what
and
you're saying, though.
But
Yeah.
if I found a woman who was like me, I'd be interested. I'd be curious to have a conversation with them. I do not think I would enjoy them as a person.
Oh, I don't know. I've met the female versions of me out there. I know why I'm single. I'm a lot.
Are they single?
Yeah, because we all find each other on the dating apps.
Do you have their number?
I've met them all, and I realized, okay, yeah, I'm a lot.
What I'm saying is, if there was a chick version of Shay, I would leave my wife.